Hi everyone, it's Tara. So today I'm going to show you how I put together my purse charms and how I attach the clasp to the chain so that they won't fall off, and also how I attach the beads to the chain by wire wrapping them so they won't fall off. And I'll also show you a quick little way you can make your own decorative head pin like that. Now I got this idea from Cynthia Luhu a couple years ago actually. She did a tutorial on how she put together a bracelet, like a chunky charm bracelet, and she showed how she attached the clasp like this to the chain so that they won't fall off. Now ever since then, that's how I've been doing my purse charms, and I haven't had one fall apart yet. So on my last video I shared a purse charm that I made for my mom, and I told you guys that I would show you you know, how I put these together. So what you're gonna need is a clasp, a length of chain, and I use like really good, like heavy chain because you don't want your stuff breaking apart. You're gonna need some 20 gauge wire, and I just use this here, and this one's colored pink, but I usually use silver or gold or brass wire, but just make sure it's 20 gauge. It could be any color you want. I'm just using pink for this one because the charm that I'm putting together is going to be pink and silver. You're going to need some beads, any kind of beads, and I'm using some Jesse James beads here as well. And you'll also need some head pins or some eye pins, whatever you choose. But again, I'll show you how to make your own decorative head pin as well. And then for the tools, you're going to need some wire cutters, some round nose pliers, and these are flat nose pliers. These ones do not have the teeth on them, and then these are the other type of flat nose pliers, and these do have teeth on them. Okay, so you'll need those, and let's get started. So I'm just going to take a length of this copper wire here, and I'm not sure about the measurements. I just kind of use or cut off more than I think I'll need. Oops. So I just cut off a length here, and I just kind of straighten it out with my finger a little bit. Okay, so you're going to get your round nose pliers. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can really see what I'm doing here. So I just get my round nose pliers and put them kind of like maybe that much, or maybe a little more. And then I have this longer tail here. I hope you guys can see this. Okay. So then I'm just going to wrap, or I'm going to grab the wire with the chain nose pliers like that. Then I'm just going to wrap this top part around like that. Okay. Just going to wrap it around like that and sort of straighten that part out. So you'll have something that looks like this. Okay. And then you see how tight that is right there. I want to be able to slide my clasp on there. So a lot of times I'll just put the pliers back in and just take this shorter tail here and just sort of open that up a little bit like that. So see that? Just sort of open it so that I can, it's just easier for me to slide this on, the clasp on. So just going to slide that on there. going to take my flat nose pliers and just kind of grip onto that little loop that I made. Just hold that on there like that. And then with this shorter tail, you're going to wrap it around the longer piece. So you just start wrapping that around. And you can wrap it around, you know, maybe 2 or 3 times, depends on whatever you feel comfortable with. So I just wrapped that around a few times there. And we have that tail there. So I'm going to snip that off. Okay, so we have that. And there's that little sharp piece right there. I don't want that sticking out. So I'm going to use the chain nose pliers, the one with the teeth, just because it's easier for me to grip the wire like that. And we're just going to like pinch that closed. So it's not poking out anymore. Okay. So you'll have something that looks like this. And sometimes this little loop here is not exactly straight. So what I'll do is I'll just take the round nose pliers again and stick it in there and just bend the loop back a little bit. And then it kind of straightens out a little bit more for me. Okay. So that's that part. Sorry. So that's that. And then I'm going to take my bead. So I just chose this little pink sparkly bead here. Use it back out. And I'm just going to take my bead and put it onto the wire like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take my round nose pliers again, and I like to leave a little bit of room here. About that much looks pretty good to me. I leave a little bit of room so that allows me to wrap the wire around that part. Okay, so you're going to leave a little bit of room, and again you're going to take the wire and wrap it around. So you have your little loop. See? Okay. And then again I just kind of open it back up a little bit. Let's pull it to the side so I can add my chain. So then you're going to take your chain, put it right on there. So the chain just slides right in between that loop there. See that? Okay. And then I'm going to take again my flat nose pliers. And then I'm just going to hold that piece there. See, I'm just holding that piece like that. And again, I'm just going to wrap this wire around. And until it's nice, till that bead is nice and snug in there. See that? Okay, so then I'm just going to cut that part off. And I may have wrapped it around too many times. Let's see, just going to cut that off there. Oops. Cut that extra off. Oops. And again, you're going to have like that focus. So again, you're going to have like that rough edge, that piece sticking out. So I'm just going to go back in and squeeze that together. Like that. Okay, so you see how that's kind of wonky, that loop. So if that bothers you, again, you can just go back in and bend it back. So to get it a little bit more straight, but it doesn't bother me that much, so I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, so that's how you attach your chain, or you attach your clasp to your chain so that it doesn't fall off. Okay, I hope I explained that correctly. I hope you guys were able to see everything. But so that's how I start my purse charms. Okay, so then to attach the beads, and I'm just gonna cut this open here real quick. So to attach the beads to the charm, I'll show you what I do there. Again, like I said, you can use head pins or eye pins. I'm just going to show you really quickly how to make your own. And so all you need is like a little bit of chain, or sorry, a little bit of, again, that 20 gauge wire. I'm going to use this bead here as my bottom piece, and I'm going to attach it right here to the end, like that. But first I'll show you how to make your own eye pin. So I just take you know, a little length of the 20 gauge wire and get my chain nose pliers, I'm sorry, needle nose pliers, and I just grab the tip of the wire, focus camera, there we go, and I grab it so that there's nothing hanging off the edge. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is just twist, if my camera would focus, there we go. So I'm just going to grab it like that, and I'm just going to, whoops, twist around like that. I let it go a little bit, hold on to it, and twist it around again. Oops, sorry guys. Until that first loop meets, take it out, until that first loop meets the rest of the wire. Okay, then I just turn that around and I grab just where that loop meets the wire. You see that? There we go. I just grab that with the tip of my pliers again, and I'm going to bend it back the other way. So I'm just bending it like that, and then this long wire just going to come through there. Oops, like that. So you'll have that. Okay, so that's how you kind of can make your own like little eye pin. And then you'll just cut off, you know, the excess, whatever it is. And you can also, like, if it's not straight, see how that's not like really straight, I'll just go in with my chain nose pliers, the flat ones, and just sort of straighten it out a little bit, so it's more, see, it's more straight now. Okay, so that's all you do there. I'll show you one more time. I'll do it a little bit faster this time, just in case I was off camera for some of it. But again, you're just going to hold your wire at the tip. You're going to make sure nothing's sticking out the edge. And come on, focus, camera. Sorry guys. And then you're just going to twist it around like that. I'll let go and then rotate my pliers, and then see how it's like that, and then just twist it around again until that wire meets the other, or the longer part of the wire. Sorry. Okay, like that. Okay, then I'll flip it around and grab just underneath that part where that loop meets the wire. Grab it just underneath it and then twist it around again. Oops, sorry. I'm twisting it around again. Oops. And then like that. Until that part comes out just in the middle. Okay, like that. And then flatten it out. See how it's kind of wonky? So I'll just flatten that out like that. And there you go. Nice little decorative head pin. There's other ones that have like 3 loops, but I haven't mastered that yet, so I'll just show you what I know. And then you just cut it off as long as you need it. And then there you go. So you guys can sit and make a bunch of these. They're really easy to do. And a good way to use up some of that leftover wire as well. Okay, so back to this one. Gonna just string this on here, and it fits perfectly. You know, the bead won't come off with that. Okay, and then again, I'm just gonna leave a little bit of space so I can wrap the wire around. Okay, like that. And I'm gonna bend the wire around the top and back around like that to make that little loop there. And I'm just going to take the bottom of the chain and feed it through. You might have to pull it a little bit. So I just attach that to the chain, and then again you're just gonna take your needle nose pliers and hold that loop in place. See? and then just start wrapping it around. Wrapping that wire around until your bead is nice and snug on there. And then trim the excess off. See that? Trim the excess off. Again, you're going to have that little sharp edge. So I'm just going to go in and squeeze that. Just squeeze it down. There you go. Or smush it down. And there you go. So you're going to do that with all of your beads. You're going to do that with all of your beads on there, whether you use the eye pin or the head pin, or you make your own like I did. And that's how you're going to attach the beads to the chain, just like that. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. I hope I didn't go too fast and you guys were able to see. If you have any questions, please send me a private message. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Whenever you guys comment on my videos, it's not that I'm ignoring you, but I don't get emails anymore. The only time I get an email notification is if someone sends me a private message. So if you really have like a question that needs to be answered, please leave me or please private message me. Otherwise, I don't see the comments until I actually go back to the video, because I'm not getting email notifications anymore. So, yep. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.